Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. So if you're new here, I'm Jake and I make these simple investing videos. So in this one, I'm going to be showing a custom DIY ETF blueprint. It's built for my dual mandate, which is to beat the S&P 500 plus 12,000 in dividends annually by 2027 with my 10-year plus horizon. So it says I'm 26, but I'm actually 27. So all of my money is in my RRSP currently, but I'm going to be changing that this year. I'm going to be investing more in my TFSA and my FSHA so I can buy my first home soon. So anyway, let's just get into this. So Goldman Sachs projects the S&P 500 hits 8,000 by the end of 2026 on 25% earnings per share growth, driven largely by AI infrastructure. Beating that benchmark over 10 years requires concentrated conviction bets, not just holding the index names. That's exactly what this blueprint is. So the blueprint is 12 holdings and there's 3 layers to it. So my actual blueprint is going to be 12 to 15. So it's not including gold. I'm buying gold on Wealth Simple. And I might buy some Bitcoin too once the price drops. But anyway, here's 12 holdings and there's 3 layers to it. Layer 1, income anchors, 40% of the portfolio. The purpose is to generate the 12,000 annual income, compounding dividends year over year. So this is the weight over here and the holding. So T is Telus, 15% weight. And the reason why, because 10% yield and it's a telecom monopoly, dividend CAGR track record. Enbridge, 12%, 5% yield, 3% dividend growth, 31 years of raise streaks. Royal Bank at 8% because it's 2.5% yield and 7% dividend CAGR, Canada's most dominant bank. And instead of Bank of Nova Scotia, I'm actually choosing Toronto Dominion Bank. So the blended yield on layer 1 is 5.5 to 6%, and it delivers roughly 6,000 to 7,200 a year at 40% of the 300,000 target. So layer 2, compounders, 48% of portfolio. Purpose, it beats the index through earnings growth and dividend CAGR compounding. The first holding is Microsoft at 20%. The reason why is a 0.9% yield plus 10% dividend CAGR. Number one analyst consensus buy, 1.23 score. Azure AI Cloud Moat is a decade-long compounder. Thomson Reuters at 13%, 3.1% yield. AI data analysis reinvention, pricing power moat. So Broadcom at 10%. 0.67% yield, but it's a 26% dividend CAGR. Hyperscaler, a custom AI chip demand exploding, and 30 out of 33 analysts rate buy. And CNR, 2.2% yield, infrastructure monopoly, recession resilient earnings, and it's trading at 166 Canadian. But instead of CNR, I might choose AbbVie. It's like a healthcare company. A lot of people probably know what AbbVie is. So anyway, why this layer beats the S&P? Microsoft at 1.23 analyst score is literally the highest rated large cap stock by consensus right now. And AVGO has a 26% dividend CAGR that compounds to roughly 9x the dividend in 10 years at that rate. So layer 3 is the alpha/swing, 12% of portfolio. Purpose, asymmetric upside that can pull the whole portfolio's CAGR above the index. Nvidia at 5%. The reason why is pure AI infrastructure dominance, data center GPU monopoly through 2027 minimum. So the price is 205 as of Friday. ENS, which is E-Split Corp, Split Corp income structure generates amplified yield without adding equity risk, and it's $19.10 as of Friday's close. TD Bank at 3%. So for my portfolio, I might bump that up to 7% because I'm not going to be investing in Bank of Nova Scotia. So it's a 2.8% yield, up 21%. Earnings per share up 21%, recovering from AML headwinds. Deep value entry at 164. So the full allocation summary: income anchors, Telus, Enbridge, Royal Bank, Bank of Nova Scotia, which I'm just going to have TD there at 40%. And the compounders are Microsoft, Thomson Reuters, Broadcom, CNR at 48%. Alpha Swing, Nvidia, ENS, TD at 12%. Total positions are 12. 100, so it equals 100%. But this is just an example, guys, to beat the S&P 500. You can customize your own ETF. The whole point of this is like a DIY ETF. So you can run the numbers and you can make your own ETF. Use this this Beavis on Blossom Social. It works really good. So why this beats the S&P over 10 years? 3 structural edges are at play. First, you're front-loading the dividend compounders at $300K and a 4.5 blended yield. The income layer starts to generate its own reinvestment fuel, independent of new capital. Second, the compounder layer is tilted toward AI infrastructure beneficiaries that Goldman Sachs specifically calls out as accounting for half of the S&P 500 earnings growth. Third, you have near zero MER cost, which means no fund fees, dragging 0.5% to 1% annually off your compound rate, the way even low ETF costs do. One honest caveat: this is a concentrated conviction-based portfolio. In any 1 to 2 year window, you could significantly outperform the S&P. The edge is in the 10-year plus compounding effect, not the short-term noise. So my stated do-nothing mentality in a 20% drawdown is exactly the temperament strategy this needs to work. So basically, in a 20% drawdown, I would just be investing more money. I wouldn't be doing nothing. So if you got any value out of this video, hit it with the like button and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below about what your ideal DIY ETF would look like. We can play around with these numbers here and just like add more or take away more. Telus at 15%. That's quite high, considering that they don't really go up that much in value. They just are kind of a dividend yield play. But anyway, like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back for more in the next one.